Hello, veterans. George Christos for the Veterans Information Channel. Thank you for viewing us today. Just want to focus on one area right now, and that is how can we change things? How can we change things with the VA and speed up the claim service? How can we increase the benefits? How can we help our families? How can we do this? And it's a matter of voicing your needs to the proper, government officials. So, the federal government has a Armed Services Committee. Their website is armedservices.house.gov. That's the congressional side. And I'll just mention 4 people today that you could contact. You talking to their office and their aides. Hopefully, you would get a live person, or leave a message and have them call you back and so you can tell them your concerns and what needs to change. But for instance, Adam Smith is the head of the congressional side of the Armed Services Committee, armedservices.house.gov. Adam Smith. His office phone number, 202-225-8901. 202-225-8901. For all these government officials, senators, and congressmen at the Capitol building, the area code's 202. That's the Capitol. And these congressional congressmen and congresswomen, the next is 225. It's all 225. They're all 202, 225. So it's the last 4, in this case, 8901. 8901, 202, 225, 8901. Adam Smith. Call him and tell him what you need and any questions you have about benefits, whether it's a family member or yourself. And, we got to push. We got to push and have them take care of veterans. The VA is a mess right now. They're not processing any claims. They're not helping any veterans with the health care. They have no plan to administer the vaccine. They don't have the vaccine. Whoopee. So another person, we're just gonna go over 4 names today. So Adam Smith, and then there's Jackie Spear, and last name's Speier, Congresswoman Jackie Spear, 202-225-3531, 3531, the last 4, Jackie Spear. You can call her office also, leave a message, have them call you back. If you talk to a live person, tell them what you want changed. Tell them you need the processes for filing claims sped up, simplified. Why should we have to prove anything? You have a sickness, an illness, a wound, an injury. They should just take care of it. You shouldn't have to jump through hoops and prove anything. It's nuts. And you should tell them that. You should tell them they need to change the VA healthcare system where 1% of the population, they just need to take care of us, period. So here's a good one. Ruben Gallego, Galleggo, or maybe J-O. Ruben. Now, he's a veteran. He knows what's going on. So 202-225-4065. So he is a real good one to call. And the final name I'm going to give you today is Alicia Schlacken, Slotkin. Another veteran, female veteran, Armed Services Committee, 202 225 4872. 202 225 4872. Now, a common thing happens when you call these offices. They ask you what's your zip code, what state you're in. You don't need to tell them that, unless you want to, but you don't have to be in their state. They give, sometimes some of these offices give you the story, and gee, you're not in our state, you should need to call. No, this is the Armed Services Committee. You're not calling about, these are federal employees. So, for instance, Adam Smith is from Washington State, the 9th District of Washington State. Jackie Spears, California. Ruben is Arizona, the 7th District of Arizona. And Alicia is in Michigan, 8th District. So, a real good thing to do is go to that website, armedservices.house.gov. Go to that, save it on your laptop, save it on your phone, and you can go in there and you can get tons of information. Find out what bills they're working on. Are they doing things to help you? And for instance, I mentioned this the other day, HR 185. That doesn't sound like a good bill. So just for practice, if you want to call these 4 offices, take you about 10 minutes, and just tell them, HR 185, no, we don't want that. We don't want it. Most of these 4 people don't want it either, but you need to let them know that you don't want it. You want them to vote no on HR 185, because what that does, when you get discharged from the military, whether you've already been out but you got to think about other family members that might join the military, or members that are in the military right now. They want to give them an exam when they're discharged, and they want to say, "Hey, you're okay. You're not crazy yet," So, or things happen after you get out. You start if you've been exposed to the all these nerve agents in the air, burn pits and nerve agents and mustard gas and all this crap. Even in boot camp, they put you in they expose you to tear gas. That ain't good. None of that's good. It's gas. So, you get rashes from different exposures, and there's injuries. You might have a little minor injury here, and it gets worse. Well, they say, well, gee, you didn't tell us about that when you were discharged. So that's one, HR 185, no, no, no. So, let's do it. And then if you're saying, well, gee whiz, I really want to call somebody in my state, then in that case, call the 202-224-3121, 224-3121. That's a capital operator. And you can, if you have a name of the representative in your state, you can get their number. They'll transfer you to it. Put these numbers on your cell phone. You're sitting around doing nothing for 10 minutes a day, make a phone call. Make a phone call that will help veterans all over the country. It's the only thing we can do besides vote. We can vote and we call. We can vote and call. Or we can write letters. Handwritten letter goes a long way, because that doesn't happen too often. So if you really want to bring up an issue and you want to write it out by hand on a legal pad and mail that, somebody will be reading that. They'll be reading that. So this is George Christos for the Veterans Information Channel. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Lets me know that it's worthwhile. So I'm just trying to provide information. If you have any questions, just go ahead and send me a message, and and I'll see what I can find, because I'm always, you know, digging into things. So please subscribe. Everybody, stay strong.